What up, world? It's your boy GM, Talkingshift. Man, it's been a minute. I already know. I don't even want to hear it, man. I already know. But hey, 2020, the new year is upon us, and man, I started the new year off actually really good, man. I started the new year off really good. Um, did a couple things, made some grown folk moves. Uh, but man, your boy's doing good. But I wanted to start this one off a little bit different than usual. I mean, it's a really, really sad day, and I gotta be honest. I generally don't really I don't celebrity deaths usually don't hit me too much at home. Um, you know, I wasn't a Laker fan. I always respected the man for what he did on the court, and I would always say that he's probably the greatest of our time, probably the Jordan of our era. And when I say our, I mean the younger folks, the 80s and 90s babies. Well, probably more so the 90s babies. But whatever you believe or don't believe, man, just put one up for Kobe and Gianna Bryant, man. It's super, super sad, man. Rest in peace to both of them. Hold them in your hearts, man. And it's unfortunate, man. It truly broke my heart, to be honest. Usually, like I said, celebrity deaths, I really don't feed too much into, but for them, all my love and respect. Probably more so just because like his daughter with him, and how tragic that is. But we back in here. It's your boy GM, and today I got a new one. I got a brand new guest for you. Yeah, I got my boy Lou Suplex in here.
Lou
Suplex, man. Lou Su. So, hey, say it. You gotta say how it.
Lou Su.
Lou, no, you say it how we said it in the car earlier.
Lou Su, not Lil Su. I told somebody my name was Lou Suplex one time. They said Lil Suplex. No, motherfucker. Lou Suplex. It's Lusuplex. He is Lou Su.
So let everybody know, man. Who is Lou Suplex, brother?
23-year-old Bay Area native, on the rise, I would say. Upcoming songwriter, here and there dabbling, producing, beat making, aspiring label head, infinite vision. We're on the cusp of things, getting things, formed. You will see it.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Here to talk some shift, man.
Yeah, we about to definitely talk some shift, man. We got to have a little pre-podcast chopping it up on the ride down here. Well, let's kick it off at the beginning, man. I met you, like I meet a lot of people, up at Elevated.
Yeah.
You was doing your security thing,
Yeah,
holding
man.
it down, making sure the block was safe.
World, man. Top
flight, baby. Yeah, man. That's how we met, But let's talk about, your genesis.
Yeah,
so Lou
man.
Suplex, man, you from San Francisco.
Yeah, I grew up. When I was born, I lived in a neighborhood kind of projects. They call it Double Rock, Alice Griffin.
Double Rock.
Yeah, that's
world famous.
Where my father grew up. That's like his neck of the woods. Growing up there was pretty cool. It showed me a lot of shit. Like if it wasn't on purpose, it was inadvertently. Everybody learns shit from the street, shit like that, like life lessons.
Back up a little bit. You good? Perfect.
But yeah, man, I took a lot from like growing up. Just put that shit out to what I'm doing these days, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So you were born 96, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
96. And so bring me through kind of your upbringing, man. Did you grow up in Double Rock?
Yeah. I moved out of Double Rock maybe when I was in like the 5th grade, man. So I was there basically, I want to say half my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, from there we just moved all throughout like San Francisco and like Daly Cities and shit like that. Like
all over.
Yeah. It was pretty cool growing up, being able to be all throughout. Cause most people they when they're from like one part of the city, typically they're stuck there, or like they feel like they owe it to
That neighborhood.
stay there. But I was able to branch out and see what the city had to offer.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
that shit's pretty dope.
You also grew up, and I always see you, man, still today, skating, man.
Yeah.
So tell me about that, man. Like,
So me skating that started because I was actually with this summer program. They were called City of Dreams, and they were based off another project called Oakdale. Call that shit the 3. But they really took the youth on field trips every other weekend, basically. But it so happened to be like Christmas, so they got all the kids like presents and stuff like that. And they were random. So some kids got like baseballs and shit, like basketballs. But I got like a fake fucking skateboard from Big Five or something, and I skated that shit, bro. Like
till the wheels fell off, huh?
Hey, literally, man. But like, so they really got me skating. Really, like it was kind of random
on
like,
a fluke.
Basically, I could have just left that shit.
It was meant to be.
My little cousin, this guy named Lil Larry, man, he taught me how to do like my first trick. So
Your
from
little
there,
cousin.
yeah, and it's kind of like messed up. Like he only had that one trick. And I just,
a one trick pony,
he taught me that trick, and I just kept going. He stopped skating, bro. But I was like, well, shit, thanks for getting me started, bro. Like,
yeah, man, I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Yeah, I would hit up parks and kids would tell me like, yo, like why you skating that shit? Like I'll get you a real board. And I would like look at it like it got the trucks and the wheels and the deck, like it is real. What the fuck you talking about? Yeah. But I got taken to skate shop. I believe it was like either like Mission or like Deluxe or something over in the city.
Yeah.
Homie Londell. Like, and from there, like I was like, damn, like this shit's like crazy. I just kept rocking with it, man.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about that is, most of the time, I feel like a lot of people in life are unhappy because they haven't found what they're passionate about. Yeah. And it's so vanilla to say, yeah, find something you're passionate about. Care about something and whatnot. But a lot of times people just kind of seem unhappy because they're wandering aimlessly without a goal, without a vision, without something to achieve, man. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really important in life is who you meet. Because you meet that one person that might put you on to something that otherwise you might not have, like skateboarding. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So to have somebody and show you those ropes, man, that's pretty dope.
Man, they often say that, though, too. You become who you hang around.
Oh, 100%.
So I always took that, into account. But also, too, I'm not, like, boasting or nothing, but I would always be, like, the leader of any flock that I was running with or whatever the fuck. So I would never have to worry about that following aspect because all the shit other people were doing never really appealed to me. Yeah. Just because everybody was doing that shit. It's like, well, guess I'm going to do what they're not doing. Like,
exactly.
Like, So
that's a really good mindset to have, especially for business, man. Yeah. A lot of the times, like the people.
Those chances.
Yeah, a lot of times the people that see those chances are the people that are looking from the outside looking in or looking from a different perspective and can say, everybody's doing it this way. Let's not do that.
Yeah,
let's maybe do it this way.
I definitely have people that I grew up with in the area I grew up in. They'll see me, ask me like, "Oh, you still ride that skateboard?" Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like to them, maybe they just see me riding a skateboard, but it's like, I'm out here not only having clean tray flips, boats. Nah, but we take skate trips, man. We traveling, we getting the hell out the city, not everybody on their ass, but we getting off ours, Yeah. So
tell me about some skate trips, man. Where's like the dopest place you ever went on a trip to go skate?
Shit, so far I would have to say it's a park near L.A., Westchester. Yeah, my homie Eric, man, we went out there took a little L.A. trip. On the way back, we linked up with my boy David Woodall. I met him back at Balboa. We used to run with this crew skating and shit together, so we linked up. That was a nice little reunion to do. Mm-hmm. But that park is like, I would see that shit in a lot of videos, and like, I didn't know that's where we were going. Okay. I was like, yo.
Oh, shit, we here.
Yeah, man, that shit was pretty dope. But I do, kind of regret I didn't get any clips there. But I know I was there. Yeah, But it would have been nice to get a little clip there at that park, man. Like,
San Francisco's kind of like a mecca for skateboarders, huh?
It is. Between L.A., San Francisco, I would say, there's other cities I'm obviously living out, but, people come from all around the world to come skate here.
Yeah. Why is that? What is it about San Francisco that people...
I would say it's the freedom of it. You know, certain places you skate in the street, you skate on the sidewalk, like cops or like security, they really fuck with you or something like that. Like, but here it's like it's promoted, it's encouraged, if you will. You know,
Okay.
we have holidays. You know, we got events scheduled.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I would say that's it. You know,
Yeah. There's a lot of like over, especially down. I see like on Embarcadero. Man, there be some little packs of skateboarders, bro. They be like almost like a little gang, bro. You know what I
hey,
mean?
it's a little. We got a nice amount of crews out there.
It's
man.
some little cliques out there, huh?
Yeah, you probably ought to see these guys, the Create team. Those guys are doing their thing. This guy Jordan, man.
Yeah. It's crazy, cause you know when I was a kid, like that sounded like I'm hella old. Well, I am 30, but damn, nah. But you know when I was young, like when I was young,
Yeah,
kind of, the skateboarding was looked at as like being for the white kids.
yeah,
You feel me? Especially like for the Bay. You know what I mean? It seems like as time has progressed, the lines between like between like skaters and you know the urban, you know what I mean? The more, you know what I mean? It seems like it gets more and more blurred as time progresses.
yeah. The door started to be open, but shit, that's attributed to many people. I won't even begin to start naming folks because I felt, a little jaded or disrespectful for leaving certain people out. But when I first started skating, and even like beyond my start of it, people would like ask me like, "Oh, you trying to be the Black Tony Hawk?" Like the most cliche fucking skater question.
Yeah.
But it's like yo, not only is that not only the only skater, if that makes sense. I kind of botched that. There's plenty of raw motherfucking black skaters that people, I guess, either don't know about or they ignore.
Who was like the first black skater you remember?
That I would say like somebody like a Baz Glass.
Who?
Like it's a guy named a Baz Glass.
Yeah, what? That's a black dude?
Yeah, bruh. Yeah.
Bass Glass?
Yeah, that might be his stage name or some shit, but like that's my earliest memory of a skater that looked like me as far as skin tone.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
ripping shit. It was like on a video game though, like, of course everybody started playing the fucking Tony Hawk games, but I was playing that shit before I started skating, motherfucker.
So did you ever like along the way think like, man, shit, maybe this skateboarding thing might be for me?
Yeah, of course. I was lucky enough to I would always go to the spot Third and Army, and that my same cousin Lil Larry, who taught me how to do my first skateboarding trick. We were there one day.
What was that trick?
Just a fucking weak ass ollie. You busted me out, bro.
Hey, that's the one. I still can't do that,
It's
bro.
a basic trick where, I was going to leave it namelessly.
Yeah.
Let them speculate. Nah, but I got tricks now. That's like, well, you fucking trick. That's like the better one, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, me and my little cousin, we were like leaving from a session, and he pointed out that there were a backpack on the ledge, like not too far. And like, I'm like sitting him, I'm like, go check it out. And he brought the bag back, man. It's like a fucking Fish Islands camera in there with a charger and shit, man. Yeah, I forgot what brand specifically, but like it was like the whole package, like
Yeah.
And whoever lost that shit, man, yeah, I still like I felt kind of bad, but like shit, we
gotta
did
get how you
definitely
live
come up.
sometimes.
But yeah, from there I would film like little skate clips with the homies.
With that camera.
Yeah. Like, that shit, I had that shit for like a couple years.
Hey, man.
Over time, I would like drop it and shit though, man. That shit like started getting damaged, so I sold that shit. But it served its purpose, man. We still got a bunch of clips like on the fucking internet, like of us skating and stuff. But back in those days, I would have like, aspirations like maybe I could get sponsored or some shit with this shit. But yeah, over time I just like started finding other interests like the music thing. Like I started taking that more serious.
Okay.
Like I would I used to tell people like I was like a skater who rapped this shit, but like these days I'm a rapper who skates. So
yeah,
it's like you transition into other shit. But all my homies are pro for me, man. Like I hang with the best skaters. Like
that's dope, man.
Like,
that's dope. So who was it, or what was it that kind of pushed you into the direction of music, man?
I would have to contribute that to my homie Tayron. He calls himself #Tay with the Stripes team. Like we used to actually skate together. I seen them rolling in the hood one time in the neighborhood we grew up in, and we just basically linked up to skate, and he was making music at the time, and
Yeah.
he was always like taking this shit serious and shit. Like my first verse I wrote, I called that shit the Fat Bitch song. Like so, I was like a parody rapper or want to be comedic or whatever the fuck. So
Yeah.
that's my origins of like recording rap.
That was your lane.
Yeah, but my homie Tay, he got me in this booth he was doing at the time, and just over time I would like pick up on artists and stuff that would show me like, damn, like this shit's actually. This shit is man. Like this shit touches lives, it touches nerves, man.
Yeah.
Like you feel audio. Like you can't see this shit,
Yeah.
can't touch this shit, but you can feel this shit, man. Like
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
so
In your
from there-
soul, in your bones, in
all
like
that.
every fiber
My
of your being
balls.
almost.
all that. Depend on what song. Pause. Not no Kodak Black.
Hey.
Nah, but yeah, bro, that shit. And also it'll take you places too, man. Like
definitely can.
music, like even though I haven't been everywhere, I don't feel like anybody has, but it's taken me like places to where it's like if somebody told me tomorrow we got to wrap it up, that's the end, I would be a little satisfied. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. And you know what I feel like you need to be like it's good to still have things that you want to accomplish, but like at the end of the day, if you died tomorrow, did you live your life
Yeah,
how you should have?
and that's one thing I keep in mind too, man. Like oftentimes people they'll tell you like I do what I want or whatever the fuck, and I'll say that, but it's not to say like like I don't fucking listen to like authority figures or can't nobody tell me shit. It's just a matter of I know all this shit could be taken away in the snap of a finger, so it's like while I am here, I'm gonna make sure like
Yeah.
do what a nigga would like to be doing. Like
Man, life is precious, brother. I mean, like we both, I'm sure, have had lost friends, family, loved ones,
Yeah.
and I mean, like I was talking about at the opening, man. Like, look at Kobe and Gigi, brother. Like, that's heartbreaking, bro. That's that to, just thinking about it, man. It be fucking me up, bro. Like for real. Usually, like it don't. Which it's weird. I don't know what the fuck it is about this one, because I'm not even gonna front. I wasn't a Kobe fan. It wasn't none of that. I don't know what it was.
yeah, I'll touch on that just a bit. But like same here, I never really got into like sports too much, But I was rolling in the car and I got a text message from my mom and she asked me if I heard about Kobe, and I'm thinking to myself like I don't know anybody named Kobe, so I'm like Kobe who, and she told me Kobe Bryant. And so from there, like I'm like going on like social medias and shit. I'm like what, like, but shit like that, man. It's like hella crazy. Definitely, like he didn't wake up that morning with that shit on his mind at all. I don't think so.
Well,
like,
and check this out, man. Like, look, it just goes to show you, like, all the money in the world, all the success, all the past success, all the fame, all the glory, all the championship rings in the world can't bring you tomorrow.
no, nothing can promise it, man.
And that's why, like, life is so precious, brother. You gotta, and people don't treat it as such. And that shit has really made me kind of just change my perspective. And I feel like I've always had a pretty good perspective on life and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean that it struck a chord.
Yeah, and those kind of people, they often leave me a little torn. It's kind of like I would like to help them and show them, because most times they don't really know like their potential or what they can do, so they're not to blame. But the other half is kind of like shit, man. It's like you could be doing so much more, but yet you have this to say about the next person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, can you have something to show for it first? But you can't really blame them if they're not, educated or aware of it.
Yeah.
But it's like I get torn because it's like, damn, am I the one to teach that to them, or should I just let
life teach them?
Yeah, or
Yeah. It's the fine line. It's that catch-22. You know what I mean? It's that double-edged sword. It's one of those things. Is if you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Mm-hmm. It gets pretty tricky, y'all.
So
Shit.
So tell me about like the progression. We kind of talked about skateboarding and growing in skateboarding and how that led you. Well, it didn't lead you to music. Were you doing music before, like at the same time as skateboarding, before skateboarding? Like when did you first start writing?
So I first seriously started writing. I was skateboarding first, and so if I wasn't skating, I probably wouldn't have met my homie Tay. We met, but that's how we met through fucking skating. So,
Yeah.
but that was my kickstart into the music. Like he showed me like how to record, or because before then I would only hear a song, so I would have no idea how the shit was done.
Yeah.
I would just hear it.
And be like, oh, that's tight.
Yeah, it's either dope or it's not. Like,
Yeah.
but it's like people were working way too hard for that shit. Like, and I had no idea. Like, he showed me like about the recording, the mixing, like the mastering, like all of that different shit that goes behind like making the track. And so from there, yeah, I gained a new appreciation for it.
Yeah.
Like, like writing and shit like that. So over time, it got like better and better. But me as an artist, it's like I'm an artist, but I'm also a fan still.
Mm-hmm.
So the fan in me finds myself, like I'm like just a critique of the music, or I'm sitting here to consume.
Yeah.
But the artist in me is like reemerging. Like, back in the day when I began, that's when it was at its like strongest.
As a fan, as you being a fan, I gotta say, hearing people critique different artists, you are probably one of the most critical. You are probably one of the most critical. So tell me about your taste in music. How did that all develop? Like, cause you gotta, you know what I mean. You're very particular, and you have a very strong sense of what you consider, I guess, a quote unquote rapper.
Okay, so that stems from basically being like a young kid in a car or something, and a song will be on about like someone with like 50,000 bitches, or like 30,000 cars, or $100,000 or something.
Yeah.
And it's like sure, like it may sound catchy, but if I'm like repeating this shit and I'm singing this shit and I don't got none of that shit, like I look fucking retarded. Like
You're suspect.
Yeah,
You look like a fraud.
yeah. So like as a young kid, I kind of noticed that. So I would kind of like make sure I would have music that spoke more about like me, or to me, or that was more relative to me.
Mm-hmm.
And
And your experience.
yeah, so that's kind of that helped me like make my own music. Nothing's more real than your own story. So that's really like why I would like continue to writing. I mean, continue to keep writing as a young kid. Like so I got some shit to listen to that's not a lie.
Yeah.
If I sing this shit back, it's the truth. I was all about authenticity, but also I would think about the impact that it has, because people that I grew up around, like they're either a lot of them are doing good, but it's a lot of cool cats who are like in jail or some shit, or like fucking dead, or they can't leave their neighborhood because they let like music or a way of life, have a impact on theirs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not their reality. Like while somebody else is rapping, living rich or whatever, comfortable, but you like their song, so you dressing like a thug, or you want to be with the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like that got you in a predicament to where now you're like stagnating and boxed in like an environment. And the other side of that was like, I got like a niece and shit, I got a nephew. I would think to myself, like, would I approve of them like listening to certain shit?
Mm-hmm.
Because what's the message that they're taking from it? So I was just like conscious of it. I wouldn't say on a different level, but I was just aware of it, like the impact that it had, like long term.
So who are some? Who are some people that kind of help form not your sound, like we'll get to your sound and like your lyrics and everything like that. But as far as your taste in music, like what you like to listen into, like what type of music, and I'm sure you probably like most, especially here in the Bay. I feel like Bay Area folks especially have like a very wide, eclectic, and good taste in music.
Yeah.
Like real Bay Area folks. What do you so like? What's some of your inspirations and kind of things that you like sonically?
So, my earliest memory would be they would all be subconscious. They would be like some shit I would hear riding in a car with my parent or something. Like I don't I don't remember what year. It's a song called "Forget Me Nots" by like Patricia something, but like shit.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah, like that shit, like that.
Me,
Yeah,
forget
bro,
me
like
not,
shit like that
forget
makes me
me
move.
not.
Like I fucks with that over some club banger shit.
Oh,
Like but like shit like that, Tribe Called Quest, man.
yeah.
Like some older Eminem shit. Um, motherfucking, bro, Exhibit is very underrated.
Okay.
Motherfucking like not the whole Wu-Tang Clan. Like, admittedly, I got into them a little later, but I do appreciate them. But I was like fucking with like some Method Man shit back in the day.
Okay.
But yeah, and then like as I got older, I got into a lot of the Odd Future shit, man. Like
Okay.
a lot of the Earl Sweatshirt. Like
Let me
Tyler.
let me pause you real quick.
Yeah,
You're from Double Rock,
yeah,
San Francisco,
yeah, man.
and I have not heard one Bay Area artist. But so that's what amazes me. Not in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like I love all different types of music, but for you, your lyricism, you have a very not Bay Area sound to you.
Yeah.
You have a very old school, real hit New York lyricist type of sound, but like a new age version of it.
Man, and I noticed that pretty young, like when I was or when I would like gain any eyes on me, like people they'd probably question like, "You sure this motherfucker's from San Francisco?" Like he doesn't really sound like it. Like you
Like
know,
he with the
he's
shits
not
like
not toting wops. Like you sure?
Yeah,
But it comes with it. It's just I wouldn't say it doesn't appeal to me, but I just don't think it's not worth it, like because you only see what's on the video or what's shown on the post, but it's like when the police and shit's kicking in your mama door or they're motherfucking staking out waiting for your mom to leave the house or some shit or work, that
but
shit
I will say this though.
they don't rap about that. But
Those Bay Area rappers though, they really doing what they talking about. For the most, a lot of the Bay Area rappers.
I mean,
which
and
is why they all got in trouble.
And that's exactly. It's like it's either good or it's bad. It's like because on one hand, like if there's a rapper like false flagging, like you call them out, like you ain't really about that shit. But then it's like a motherfucker who really is doing it, but he's going to jail for doing that shit. It's like it's no win in this shit. It's like you might as well just find something better else to do.
Yeah. Well, maybe. So I mean, and this is just a kind of, I guess, like the ongoing debate, I guess, in hip hop is like, is this art or is this glorifying violence, misogyny, and things that may be detrimental to the progression of people from certain type of areas? But at the same time, is this not the same stuff that you saw growing up?
Yeah.
Or we saw growing up?
Yeah. See, the cycle of that is a pretty interesting one. It's a pretty interesting one.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily an excuse, but the closest one to one would be like the creativity and the, like how people were different back in the day. Like, if you sounded or looked like another person, like
that wasn't flying.
Yeah, it was a no-go, man. That was...
Now, it seemed like everybody
was
looked
a
the
crime.
same, act the same. Everybody got them same whack-ass face tattoos. Everybody fake like they hard.
I mean,
They can't rap.
I'm hearing a lot of similar production too, but I feel like that's become the standard. Like the cycle. Sure, like the shit that they're saying, like people that I look up to or whatever, it's pretty much the same shit. It's just like way watered down, no thought into it, blatant, right in your face. Don't make you look for shit.
So who would be some artists that, to you, to Lou Suplex, to Lionel,
Yeah,
What's real? Who's real?
who's real?
And you know, like, and then we'll even expand further onto that. We can even go into like just real in general. You know what I mean? The concept
Hmm.
of real, like, are all these people, like you were saying, like all these people, a lot of these people aren't exactly what they say they are, and they're kind of putting on a front.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Maybe time, kind of, especially with social media, I think is gonna weed the real from the fake. But
yeah. Everybody they have their time, and it's like it's real clear. Like when the rappers fading out, like they started getting desperate, started doing whatever.
yeah,
When they start doing whatever.
so
Shit.
for you, I know you haven't maybe recorded like the most recently, but what's up? What's your plans for recording and like music coming out?
So it will really be to find a stable foundation.
Yeah.
I've coming up, I would run like in groups, or I would have like little like skate crews, and we would all rap together. So oftentimes I would just have to fill in a part, or just play my part, rap my verse, or
Almost
have
like you part of the group of a group.
yeah, I would have like a base to to go off, to bounce off, to feed off. It was energy, it was motivation. But like these days, it's like it's just me with it, so I'm not always the most motivated. But that's on me.
Did you feel more motivated when you were part of a group?
It's that I felt more motivated, and I was also inspired more. At the time, I had more people to look up to, but like it started to fade out a little bit over time.
Yeah.
Like people started, doing some generic shit. They all started sounding the same. Like people I used to look up to started, disappointing me. I'm like, yo,
I feel like a lot of young people kind of cling to the idea of the group because it gives them a way to lean on somebody else and not have to hold the whole responsibility of running the whole show themselves and having all eyes on you and basically, you know, I I come from the world of fighting, right?
yeah,
I come from a world of there's no quarterback, there's no offensive lineman helping you out, there's
nah,
no point guard to toss the ball
it's
to.
all
It's
on
it's
you.
it's you. So I don't know, like it's hard for especially for people coming up like musicians to find that balance of like should I go the group route or should I go the solo route,
Yeah,
because like you were saying, like when you go that solo route you gotta be motivated and deep. You got to
hmm,
push yourself because when you got the group and you hear one of your homies do a dope ass verse and you like, oh shit, that shit was hard, I got to come harder, I
it
got to
make you
kill
want
that
to
shit.
step your shit up.
And
Yeah,
it's easy to feed on that energy, but you got to really dig deep down inside when it comes to the solo stuff,
yeah.
because you got to realize you ain't competing against nobody than yourself at that point.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of you know, that's I take that shit, keep that shit close to me too, because I'm not really around other rappers a lot
Yeah.
like I could be. So when I'm writing music these days, shit, I'm basically competing with my bars from fucking 2013 or something,
Yeah.
which were not to say better, but they're competitive. They're still up there. Like like that shit gave me a great year. But yeah, that's the competition right there. Just trying to outdo my last song. Just always trying to make a better song than the last one I recorded, or at least a different one. I
Definitely.
never wanted to record the same track twice. You
Or
know,
yeah, you don't want to sound repetitive.
unless it was a remix. But
You
yeah, I
and
try to do different shit every time.
and I love Lil Wayne. I respect Lil Wayne,
Yeah,
but
people sleep on Wayne, bro. They disrespect him.
I feel like towards the later stuff in his career though, I feel like he kind of started to slip into that himself. He started kind of repeating himself a lot. He kind of
Yeah,
start. I feel like he almost ran out of shit to say.
yeah,
I feel like at that point he kind of seen the world, he experienced everything, and I don't know. I think it's a good thing once you reach a certain level to to not always be coming out with something and have that little pause in between projects. Maybe whether it's 6 months, whether it's a year, whether maybe it's 2 years. I mean, look how comedians put out their specials.
Yeah,
A lot of comedians
every now and
every like Joe Rogan, for instance, every 2 years. He's like not doing it every year. He's doing it every 2 years. Shit, I mean, some come out every 10 years. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, look at when's the last time you saw Chris Tucker with a new one? But he got one.
That's a good example. Hey, but on the strength of that, one of my favorite rappers, man, guy named Jay Electronica. Like a lot of people they're like searching, looking.
The industry
for him.
knows him, but it's weird, right?
Yeah, they can't find him, man. They looking for Jay, man. But it's like
They looking for his album.
he like the album, more specifically the album.
What you mean?
He's
What happened?
he
lost his
won't-
album?
Nah, he won't put it out, man. We've been waiting for
All
it.
this shit, he never puts it out.
We've been waiting for it.
He's like a
but
Frank Ocean.
even still, shit, Frank drops every few years.
Ah.
But shit, man.
Every a couple years past due, but hey, fuck it.
The shit with Jay Elect, man, like he's put out enough to where it's like he's still like his place in, not to get all sentimental or whatever the fuck, but his place in my heart with the rap and shit, like it won't be, touched or fucked with, like,
Yeah.
like even though he's not dropping, it's no new shit. It's like, I got this appreciation for the shit, man. It's like,
Yeah.
but shit, not everybody can earn that though or reach that.
Yeah.
But that's a cool little excuse, if you will, for a hiatus.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, go listen to the old shit that's out, motherfucker. Why you begging for the new shit? Have you heard, with Wayne, if anybody was begging for some new Wayne, he has an album, it's called, I forgot the name of it, but it's a rock song. It has a track called, like, Da Da Da. It's a song called The Price Is Wrong. It's a song called the Ground Zero.
He was trying to go for that skater punk rock sound for a sec.
It's on that same track that
guitar?
song that song Knockout is with Nicki Minaj. It's that song is on that album. So whatever the name of that album is. But
so you tuned in with a lot of the
it's like
the newer.
that shit's pretty old, man.
Okay,
that shit's
okay.
like 2009.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
never mind.
but-
Okay, then never mind. I'm
Yeah.
off. I'm way off.
I brought that up to bring up, like, you could demand it, but it's like, would you even like fuck with that shit? Like, that's some of that. I like that shit. Like, it's some cool Wayne, but it's like it's considered a gem because people don't even know it exists.
Yeah.
You know.
He got a lot of them kind of songs, bro. I remember. Oh man, remember his old shit. I Feel Like Dying. That shit was gas.
Hell yeah, that shit's called The Rebirth, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, and I figured it was like a rebirth because he was gonna take like the more rock lane, but
He was skating himself.
Yeah, Wayne picked up.
He was kind of boo-boo,
but he picked up on it,
You can see his face. That's why I wish we had video right now. Coming soon.
it comes with it. Shouts to Wayne, man.
Yeah.
It comes with it.
Yeah.
But hey, when you got the passion for it, like it seems like he has the passion for it. You do like push yourself to at least,
Yeah, definitely.
have some type of something to show for it.
Hey,
So it's motivational to kind of say.
Yeah, definitely. My bad. I don't mean to switch lanes, but I had to get into it. And it kind of goes along with your name, your stage name, man, Lou Suplex. So how did that come about, bro? Let them know. Let's get into it. New Japan.
Hey, so man, so growing up, man, my father he watched pro wrestling. So I grew up watching pro wrestling basically all my life. So I was always I was always a fan of like wrestling and shit, like worldwide and shit, not just like fucking WWE and shit. I was like watching shit like internationally. So that's what that taught me a lot too, man. It contributed to my creativity as an artist and stuff, and that's the reason why I'm able to listen to different type of music, listening to different entrance songs and shit like that. Yeah, but when I first began rapping, like I told you, I was like a skater who rapped. So I called myself, and my name is Lionel, by the way. Like I called myself L Skater 96.
L Skater 96.
Yeah, bro,
That
like,
sound like
it's-
that sounds like a AIM fucking chat room
I was
name.
gonna say MySpace.
like,
Yeah, that's
like
a MySpace
fucking
name?
username for man. I don't know.
That's
but,
your freaking Tinder name. Oh wait, no, he don't got a Tinder. He's got a girlfriend.
Hey, tell me why I had a barber. He called him. I mean, his name was Dominic, but like he called himself fucking D Cutter. Like
D Cutter?
Yeah, at that point, I'm like, people just take the first letter of their name and put their hobby. I'm like, nah, I can't.
Oh man.
But
Now
yeah.
everybody just puts their name and then their profession, like
or Lil or some shit. Like,
yeah.
like
I should be like
Lil Table
GM the
Leg.
podcaster. That's gonna be my rap name.
something Lil
GM the
Cast.
podcaster. GM the caster.
Man, some shit that's gonna fly, bruh. Over time.
We gonna make it pop.
Man, no, but yeah, I called myself L Skater 96, and at like over time, I started to feel like it was a little elementary because I was rocking with that for a while. You know, like my immediate homies, they still call me that shit occasionally. Like I'll always be 96, but I just felt like I needed a more serious name because I also knew like people who grew up where I grew up, they would see L Skater 96 and would like immediately pass that shit up. Like who the fuck will listen to a motherfucker named that? So
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I need like a cooler name, like first and the last name, like. And so I did want to have some shit that rhymed, and I was noticing that there's this it's like a move like within like wrestling and shit. It's called like the Luthez press, and Luthez is like kind of like a founder of the grappling, like you know like back in the Roman Greco days, if I'm not mistaken. He was like one of the more famous ones, but I had to check the history. Don't quote me.
What was his name?
Luthez.
Luthez.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like, damn, what if they named the fucking move after me? Like, what would my move be called? I'm like, Lou Suplex.
The Lou Suplex.
So Lou Suplex.
And it's stuck.
And then I start thinking like, fuck, Lou Su.
Lou Su.
But then I was like, fuck, what if people call me like La
Su
Suplex
Wu?
or some weird shit? Because
Or Su Wu?
people would see L Skater 96 and like find so many ways to fuck it up. Like they would call me La Scata or like La Skater. Like it's
Yeah.
clearly L Skater.
Oh, he must be a
96.
French skater.
Some shit, some weird shit.
Mexican.
So I
Skate.
started like, you know, I'm like, if they was to ever say La Suplex, that'd piss me off. So my first project is Lou Suplex. I called it Strong U, like so you know it's Lou, like Strong U Lou
Yeah.
Suplex. So for a while it was like Strong U Lou, but that kind of got dropped. It's just like Lou Suplex. But whatever you remember, ultimately, just remember me, goddammit.
But no, I want to talk. I gotta get, because we've chopped it up about this, because I've tried to dig into your head, and I've actually, man, Charlie, who did we have on here that we was talking about wrestling with? Who was it, bro?
With the New Japan wrestling or really?
No, it was just wrestling in general. We had somebody, I forget. Well, anyways, we were just talking, you know, because I just have, coming from martial arts, I got so many questions with wrestling, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm probably asking you the same questions I asked them, but I understand, like, you know what I mean, like, Pops. You grew up watching it with Pops, right? Mm-hmm. What is it about you that you love, like, what drew you into wrestling?
Honestly, it was my earliest, like, you know, found sensation with it that, you know, showed me like, yeah, I fuck with this. It would be seeing like cruiserweights wrestle, cruiserweight. Like, you know, it's like smaller guys, like typically luchadors from Mexico. Like they would have like cool like masks and like, you know, they look just like sick as fuck doing like flips and shit. And also, as a kid, my pops had the 64.
The N64?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one, bro. Star Fox on N64 was that shit.
Yeah, we had all the wrestling games, so I was playing a bunch of the games on there, like, you know, and I would, like, fucking do the moves on my pillows or some shit, or, like, go to school doing, like, the taunts and shit that I see them do on the games, like, doing, like, the DX shit, like all that stuff. So,
Suck it.
Yeah, it was just cool to me. Like,
Yeah.
And like something about not knowing that it was scripted, I think that's what made me hold on to it. Like, Cause it's like I had a fight as a kid, and I was like, well, you can't really clothesline this motherfucker, like that don't work. He'll slap the shit out you, like you can't really do that. So how the fuck does it work on WWE? Like, so I started to like, you know, as a kid, like, wait a minute. So
Was it in that fight when you were like, oh fuck, wrestling isn't real?
yeah,
Was it mid fight where that was starting to come
it hit
oh
me,
my god?
It paused. Hey, back in the day before that was even the thing, it paused like. At this point, Lionel knew he fucked up. I knew I fucked up. But
Tell me about that first fight. Tell me about that
I
fight.
didn't fuck up after that. I was good.
Did that fight not go your way?
I mean, you know, we were like little kids. We were just like scrapping and scratching and shit, like fucking, like hugging and shit, basically. It was just the fact, like I'm like, I'm gonna just clothesline him like JBL does. Like,
He's going down.
Yeah, that didn't fucking work.
So did your respect or did your love of wrestling change after that?
It didn't really change because I never really as a kid I think I did think it was real, but like when I found out that it wasn't, I wasn't necessarily
heartbroken or nothing.
Yeah, because at that point it's kind of like I subconsciously knew that something wasn't
up to snuff.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, but I appreciate like the risk that they take because it's a show at the end.
Hey, you can't knock that, bro. Them dudes punish the fuck out of their bodies,
and that's the thing too. It's like say I did say fuck this, wrestling is fake. I turned off wrestling. What would I watch? Motherfucking NCIS or something? Is that real? Yeah. Like I'll be kind of like a little, I feel a little. It's so good. It's so good.
Charlie's lit.
Man, some California. Yeah,
that's California. From elevated San Francisco, by the way.
But yeah, I would just feel a little strange. So, but it's kind of like movies and shit. That's not real. Like, and they use actors and they pause shit, take scenes, stunts. But like pro wrestling, it's like a live movie. They doing their own stunts. You can't take a break really. Yeah. So. In a way, I respected it more, Like, it's still dangerous. Like, you can call it fake or whatever.
People have died doing it.
Yeah, it's more so predetermined, like, because they are working together. It's like you got to protect, your boy. Like,
I figured out who we talked about wrestling with. It was with my boy Jules Dorado. Shout out Jules, who's actually a San Francisco cat himself. But yeah, man, like I was talking with him about the history of wrestling, and I'm not sure if you even know, but I don't even remember where I heard this from. But like originally, wrestling matches were like basically how it is, but they were really wrestling. And what happened is, like if they're doing 20 shows on a tour, and you guys are really fighting every 2 weeks. You can't keep doing that to your body or else you're going to, you know what I mean? You're going to be too injured. You can't keep doing that. Sorry. So after time, they kind of made like a gentleman's agreement, like, hey, I'll let you win, but let's make this look good, Yeah. And, it's choreographed. It's, you could say quote unquote fake, but I'll tell you this. Go take your ass to the top rope. Go do a flip and land on your back, and you tell me that shit is fake.
And do that shit night in and night out at that.
Just do it one time. You do that one time and then tell me that shit's fake. Man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's like a different level of cardio, strength,
mental fortitude.
All of that shit.
Yeah.
Motherfucking, what is that shit called when you know how to stop doing some shit that you shouldn't do?
Being a grown-up.
Fuck. What's it called? It's a bad time to have a brain freeze. Discipline, man. You gotta be more disciplined. Definitely. Like that shit, it takes a lot of that, man.
Yeah.
But it's a lot that goes to it though. But if you do see it just up front, like what's presented, I would fucking judge it too. Like, who the fuck is this dude in his jaws? Like, and why the fuck are they like? But if you.
So what do you think about UFC then?
UFC, I fuck with UFC
or MMA for that matter. Just MMA in general.
I really like grappling. Like I like grappling, and not to like leave striking out, but grappling is what like because it's a different, you know, as we said, mentality and psychology to that grabs me, like the technicality of it. But
Yeah.
MMA, like, I had a brief little stint, like, when I was into that, but it was more so because I was, like, playing the video games and shit like that, too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, like, you know, like, just pure fan of it.
Yeah. You get a chance to watch that Conor and Cowboy fight?
I actually didn't, but I heard that, you know, if I was to watch it, I wouldn't be watching too much.
Yeah, that one did not last long, boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Conor went in there and stormed him, bro. Stormed the
his
fort. Straight up stormed the fort, and he went in there and did what it do.
Yeah, see, man, my days as a UFC fan were, like, kind of, like, more so back in the day. Like, I was a fan of, like, Lyoto Machida. Or like
It had to be him, bro. That was actually one
like-
of the dudes that I actually just, for whatever reason, I couldn't stand. Bro. There was just something about him and just his whole. I don't even know, bro. No disrespect, but
Nah, I don't
Lyoto
really-
Machida just didn't do it for me, bro.
it's cool, man. And
I
was
think he
like
was
a
just too
fan
dorky
of,
for me.
He did look like a dweeb.
See,
did.
man,
But
you don't want your champ to be some dork.
He'll punch the shit if he could punch the shit out.
Hey,
of
he laid
somebody,
Rashad
man.
Evans out though. I'll tell you that much. He
Yeah, if
put
he could do
Rashad
that-
Evans to bed.
Yeah, we could talk, you know.
Hey, man, he did that thing.
But yeah, I was like a fan of Frank Mir too.
Okay,
I fuck
yeah.
with Frank Mir.
Frank Mir, man, he is a like the head of security for Spearmint Rhino, which is the the strip club in Vegas. I think he's still there too.
Yeah, I took a liking to him like you know, from the video game, and when Brock Lesnar made his debut, and he like tried to storm him and shit, and Mir like caught him, wrapped him up in a knee bar and
The
shit.
next
like,
time, fucking Brock Lesnar went and pounced on his ass.
yeah, he kicked his ass. That kind of lowered my fan level for Mir. I won't.
You know
hold
what?
that.
People don't realize that, you know, as much as people want to be like, oh, well, Brock Lesnar is not a real fighter. He's not a wrestler. He does fake wrestling. That motherfucker was a 4-time NCAA Division I
And
college national
That's
champion.
what got him. To
I'm
pro
saying
wrestling,
4 times. If
motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure 4 times. I'm saying like I'm pretty sure as a freshman, this motherfucker won college nationals.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Brock Lesnar. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So that's one of those things. Hey, check this out. We're a podcast. We're not fucking journalists over here. We're just talking shit. We're just talking shift, motherfuckers.
At that. Yeah, that dude, man. It's smart for him because it's like either way he bounced back from like fucking pro wrestling to UFC whenever he wants.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's money for, you know, whichever. Like,
Yeah.
he's making money off the fake wrestling. You can say whatever the fuck you want. They're paying them the most. You're not.
There's a
Like,
reason why
I was
Ronda's
fake
over in
wrestling too,
WWE.
motherfucker. Yeah.
There's a reason why Ronda's in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's where the bag is at.
Yeah. Well, man, I think we got to explore my man Loose Suplex, get into mine, bro. We got to
Little
talk a little bit.
introduction.
Definitely, brother.
Next time
definitely.
I'm around these works, I will have a project out for us to dig into and dissect.
Hey, you know what? My bad. I don't mean to cut you off one more time. You know, you were doing something dope as hell earlier, and I don't know, like, maybe you want to cut the show off at the end with that, but I say fuck the copyright shit. I say you play that beat and let my man rip it. You with the shit or what? You with it
Hey,
or?
I'm always down, man.
Let's you know what? Hold up, before we do that, let's let everybody know your social media, where they can see all your music, your SoundCloud, everything, and then we gonna tap out and let you rock that mic as we ride out.
Hell yes, Loose Suplex. The best way to reach me is actually through my Gmail, and that'll be my first last name with 96 in the middle, man. It'll be Lionel 96 Peterson. That's Lynell. It's not fucking Lionel. I tell that to people too a lot. Like, I'm Lionel. They'll be like, Lionel? No,
it's
I didn't
Lionel.
say Lionel.
Hey
But
man,
yeah, that's.
I'm
the
not gonna
social
lie. I
media.
kept having to ask because I didn't know how to say it or spell it when I
I'd
first heard it.
rather you ask. They just, yeah, it's Lionel. Nah, motherfucker. Like, but social media, I'm on Instagram here and there. So your new Droogs. So, DROOG. It's like kind of pronounced Droog.
I
but
thought it
it's
was
Droog.
Ayo New Droog.
Nah, yours. I'm your,
Your
new
new
Drew.
Drew. Yeah, your new
your new
Drew.
friend.
Your new
your new
Drew.
buddy.
Yes.
Welcome me.
Your music's up on SoundCloud as well?
Yeah, and actually, if you just punch in Loose Suplex to like any web link, Google link, like everything could pop up. I got
Any
like
search
a bunch
engine,
of
yeah.
tracks on like Bandcamp, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube,
Yeah.
like all the little MP3 sites and shit like that.
100.
But yeah, the recent shit is being like worked on, formed right now. You
Yeah.
know, put out to you guys
Okay.
sooner than could know.
All right. Well, we gonna let you ride out with the beat. I just wanted everybody to, I wanted to let everybody know. First off, thank you for continuing to rock with me. We're continuing to grow. Sorry about I've been moving. I've been got a little promotion at the job. Trying to make this thing all work. Trying to keep on growing. We're gonna try something new with the new year. We're gonna chop up. These segments into they're going to all be different. We're going to break it down, whether it's like 5 minutes to maybe like 15, 20-minute segments loaded up on YouTube sporadically, every other day, every couple days or so. And then probably once we put the last segment out to each interview, then we'll probably go ahead and do the whole thing. Not even going to lie, kind of got the idea from my boy DJ Vlad. I mean, even your boy Adam22 and No Jumper, they're kind of taking that same route. And to be quite honest, we're new at this. We're still small fish in this big ass pond. I know everybody and their mom wants to have a podcast, but I don't know. I think that I just, for whatever reason, maybe I got too big of an ego. I just feel like this shit about to blow, and I think we just gonna do too good at it. But yeah, man, that's gonna be the new kind of layout, new structure. Talkingshift, GM. Talkingshift 2020, bro. It's the future. GM, Charlie, at Grandma's house, signing out. We about to let Loose Suplex rock this mic. Yeah. Hey, come hop on this one.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Rock that.
All right, first freestyle of the year.
I'm gonna let you. This is like the basement. Here, come get in this corner real quick. Come get in that corner. Let's get that sound right. You want to? Hey,
I'm on punishment.
Do we need the headphones on or not?
Nah, we just freestyle.
Fuck it. Nah, get that shit. Come on, Loose Suplex, baby.
Let's get it. Some shit over the most deaf. Yumi says, Salute Suplex. It's the whole reason you listen to this podcast. Yeah.
And me.
And yeah.
Oh, hold up. Wait. Pause.
Yeah.
Pause. We need
Yeah.
to kick it again. Hold up.
My grandma's favorite word is shit.
Start that beat over. Because you need that to kick in, right?
Yeah, from the jump, we gonna do this shit.
Ready?
3, 2.
Ruckus, a strip 400. I was let go when the wind high running. Hair till Monday, you'll get red and ugly, but the Dutch fat up shit packed like luggage. Humble, puzzle, skip your function. I was out of sight till I came flying funky. Coming, nothing, not 600. Tabs out the border with the pulsing line orderly. I score when I roar in the Ford low. Still got the torch with a heart in my torso. Short and reports make yours look short, but cores me shit and I hoard all sort of them. Good Lord, I'm up, more for the run. Pouring numb, hit rum, right, more to come. Crack colas open, raps on this on me. Catch a view, discretion collab with a co-piece. Either way, I'ma get made. Still rep A for the alchemy, lick him against age. Risk game don't exist, hey. I show off through my fucking songs. I get tamed like I'm in cage. But that's until that shit wears off, fair warning. Error wallet don't fail the army. See the lair from afar, I from this I'm a calm. I've been lost for a bit, but God. Life partly the limit's none. Time stop when I get a charge. From the box, I invent the hunt, finish us. Camel clutch on the track, dubs for the sack. I love where I'm at, bottles uncapped, club traveling, fuck traffic shit past average when I chant this. How many leaders in the house? Oh, it's just me. It's lonely at the top. Am I ever go leap when I send it don't end cause the devil won't leave? I let them know me, young me, I got a brick group, look where it got me. Nigga ready to flash like it was paparazzi. Don't forget my bag sitting in the lobby. I remember the days we was picking pockets. Heart might have been darker than when it's 10 o'clock and talk about an artist I presented polished. Like the angle was calling me, how do I drop this? Save your apologies, don't make me vomit. Hard to say, beyond the beats turned up to notch 10. On the outside, somehow still locked in. Play press on the tape deck. Say less, nigga, show more. Skate stress is the main threat. Can't be doing that no more. Oh Lord, He let me meet you to speak neat. Gotta beat that scene, be soon. Shouts to the bitch who gave me these blues. Wanna match with that bitch with no DQ. How I win and lose. How I'm closed and nude. How I'm old and new. I came true and I'm kicking fucking dough in soon. Rooting for new shit, super crew, we undisputed. Smoking shit that's dope as fuck from fights with Q-tip. I do me, do C minding my music. I just killed a dude, be light and some lucid. Keep it 2 cents, but if the shoe fit, use it. Loose lips, spread more the truth in. For some reason, that's what they don't want to do. Cut the TV off like cable was a crew. Accuse it to the moon, I'm a capable recruit. Suplex nigga self-label loose sue. Interest, get checks, save a dime or two. See recline the crew while I eat the finest food. And polite approve, skating in the diamond. Oh, yeah. Skating in the designer, yeah. Skating in the designer, yeah. Tell them like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Tell them go to school with this one, bitch.
Hold up, you gotta get that one, bro. Get the one.